Hello, and welcome to Wyverns and Weirdos, a D&D podcast set in the world of Fierlor. I am your Dungeon Master, Darby, and joining me, as always, are Laura playing Bertie, Eddie playing Anya, Jake playing Neumann, and Zoe playing Ross. Let's jump into it. So, when we last left off, the party had a spa day. But it was a bit of a working holiday as Neumann had to decode some magic within the teleportation circle of the bathhouse. He was able to do that easily, giving the party ample time to enjoy the facilities before the rush. Though there were a lot of deep conversations had during the time there about Caius's absence, Rook's surprise presence, and the arrival of an apparent protege to Rook, who Rook ended up leaving to start the process of kind of training and helping. And we left on Bertie being given a message from Orloth via sending that Bianca wanted to speak to him once he got back. So, I believe we're still technically in the bathhouse.
Has the rush come in yet?
No. But you'd be aware that it's not going to be too long before it's ready.
At this point, Anya probably re-enters the room from where she had been hanging out with Rook. Where she had been hanging out with Rook and Roya. And so she sort of walks back into the room and just very casually probably scans the room for her friends. What's everyone doing? How's everyone faring?
I believe Ross and Newman are currently battling it out underwater.
Yeah, I believe where we properly right before Bertie got his message, he convinced Ross to yeet Neumann into the hot springs, where he was not previously. Did not take a lot of convincing, and Ross dunked him, and he then used water walking to stand on the water and suplex Ross into the water, forgetting that she has a ring of water walking, and basically slammed her into solid ground, and then she sank like a little rock. And then I believe I said she's done like a hair flip back up, but she she's trying not to duke it out with him because she doesn't want to draw attention to them, even though I'm sure the employees are already like, what the fuck is going on? But she is like, her tail is like snaking up out of the water to wrap around his ankle very slowly, and if he so much as looks at her wrong, she's yanking him back in.
He's being quite observant and might give you the sly eye as if he's about to do something, yeah?
Was that necessary?
I was relaxing. I was in complete zen. And then I wake up to the most uncomfortable zen I've ever felt in my life. I think it was deserved. I did not, however, think that it would hurt you so much. I apologize.
You know, some people find water really soothing.
That water walking, is that always on?
Technically, I guess I've never been thrown bodily onto a body of water before. And she just like, and then like reins herself in, like,
Anya probably like very quickly at that point, not running because A, bathhouse, not safe, and B, unlike some people, she is still under the notion that we are undercover. So she quickly makes her way over and she's like, "You two,
Yep,
this is
yep.
not very subtle."
oh, we're doing it again.
Ooh. Yeah.
Why is it always you two?
A certain joie de vivre, a lust for life.
You know Navarran?
A little bit. I've been learning Elven in like my spare time. And then Ross is like, "Wait, this is not. We're in trouble.
Look, I think we're probably done here. Do we know where everyone else is? Where's Sam?
Ross looks at the other end of the pool.
Hi.
Did you?
Anya turns to Sam and she's like, "What are you doing? You're just letting them do this?" And at Sam's silence, she just sort of turns around and she throws her hands up in like just an emotion that my brain can't think of right now, but I know the word of.
Exasperation.
That's the one. And probably tries to spot Bertie. How's Bertie doing?
So Bertie, he'd followed Ross because she was under the impression that he was following her for a little bit. But then he kind of just like stepped back a bit, and he's just kind of like sitting on a bench or something like that. But he's kind of like he was just watching, just a little bit awkwardly still. But then his ears have like pricked up, like just way up in his little alert posture. He's still got like a towel like up nearly to his chest, but he's just like sitting there with his ears straight up, and he kind of just seems to be like focusing just not on anything particular. It doesn't look like he's listening for anything. It's just some things just, I don't know, snapped him out of it.
Anya, seeing that, because she still can see right now, tilts her head a little inquisitively, and just quietly sort of makes her way over to Bertie, mostly forgetting the commotion behind her, or putting it to a side.
Actually, at this point,
now.
she cannot because it has been more than an hour.
Oh, okay. Well, it happens because I said it did, and then she loses sight. Darby. Don't mess with my narrative. It already happened.
So that's the last thing she sees.
Bertie, half dressed, sitting there, shocked. At least he he was not naked.
Yeah, so she then makes her way over to Bertie, and probably mid-step when it falls out, she kind of almost she'd Anya stumble. So not actually stumble, but if you were like Hawkeye watching her, you'd see her step pause for like a microsecond. And then she sort of gates forward, and Bertie was like sitting on a bench.
Yeah. I presume like a wooden bench or something. I don't know. Well, there's a rock. Presume, I don't know. Had a natural hot springs look. But yeah. A bench.
Yeah, Anya would take a seat next to him and she'd be like, is everything okay? Stupid question, but
Yeah, no. Oh boy. Didn't even see you there. Hi. Yeah. I just got a message. But it's yeah. It's not cursed. Nothing bad. How did you go? You went off with Rook for a bit. How's she going? That's a nice surprise.
It's very good to see her.
I'm glad. And potentially, if I got the magic aura right, that kind of happened. He like nudges her aside. You did see her, yeah?
She lets out, like, she closes her eyes and lets out like a tired sigh, and she's like, thank you for reminding me that I do need to have a conversation with Sam.
True. He's a weird little guy.
About the level of comfort he has with me.
I think he kind of like, I'm not sure. I mean, have you kind of noticed? And he kind of like leans in I don't know that word.
Conspiratorially.
That he leans in, like with his like little mock like cuffies. It's like, have you noticed? Okay, like Anya, your kind of thing is it's the tough love kind of thing, yeah? And you like,
Yeah.
you bully Sam, like, it's a nice way of bullying. Have you noticed, like, Ross? I don't think it's the same way, but Ross kind of treats him like that too. Do you think he just kind of like gravitates towards girls that bully him a little bit?
Anya's eyebrows like raise into her hairline, and she's like, huh, how about that? Now I have 2 things I need to speak to Sam about regarding his comfort levels with me.
Well, I mean, it depends on how personal you want to get there. Yeah, I just kind of noticed it. He's just, I think he wants to impress you. Presumably not in the same way he wants to impress Rivari, but
I'm not used to people meeting me and getting to know me within the span that Sam knows me, within the short time that Sam knows me, and wanting to impress me and not being afraid of me. That is new, and I don't know if I like it.
Yeah, I mean, again, he's a theater kid, so no offense to Ross, but he's a little bit of a weird dude, so but that's no offense
Such
to you
a
either.
weird dude.
I think just he's got this degree of fearlessness specifically for that, but yeah, I don't know, it's just girls bullying him. I just kind of noticed it a bit, I don't know how far deep that goes. It's just it's interesting. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, yeah, but yeah, no, I'm glad you got to see Rook though. Is she hanging around?
She has someone she needs to take care of for the time being. She found a member of her tribe. So. Teenager. So.
Okay, yeah.
The
Yeah.
It's been a very long time since I've been around teenagers, and they also have the same effect of not really being afraid of me, which makes them interesting.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh boy. Can't remember being a teenager, but I can probably imagine what you were like as a teenager.
Why, what do you think I was like as a teenager?
A very nice young girl, clearly.
I hardly ever spoke as a teenager.
Well.
No one would know I was as had as much of a shining personality as I do. I
That's
spoke
fair.
to maybe 3 people for a period of 15 years.
It's been a work in progress then. So I think, it's been a pretty good progress so far. Clearly the Rook thinks so. And he nudges her on the side again.
I just mean to say kids change. And I'm hoping this change will be for the good for Rook and Reyes. Roya.
Yeah.
I don't know where I got Reyes from. Apologies.
Yeah, no, that's really exciting for her. Is she going off to meet her? I hope it goes well for her. That's good. She's got something to look forward to.
And Anya kind of blushes a little bit. She's like, we met her actually.
Oh, well, that was fast. Wow.
Rook wanted me to meet her, to be part of her life, which
Anya feels Bertie kind of still next to her, and then she'll feel him take her hand, a very I don't know, not a very big emotional bit, like a
yeah, like an excitement sort of.
Yeah,
way.
that's the word I'm trying to think of. Oh wow, that's.
It's strange because we haven't even really spoke about how the two of us are feeling with each other, but it's important to her, and I know that this is the right thing.
Yeah, I know you haven't really been wanting to ask her too seriously about that kind of stuff while she's been worrying about her things, and it's been tricky too, but it sounds like in her way, it's kind of like some of the things Kai has told me. It makes it pretty clear. But I guess, and she feels him shuffling and half facing her. So it's slung one. I don't know how to describe it. He's facing her a bit more, and he's how do you feel about her? In that way.
I love her.
Oh.
She's important, and it's...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that. It
I
sounds
don't think there's much more to say than
no.
that to describe how I'm feeling, which is new. New for there to not be much more to say.
Yeah. No, words different for everyone. I know I use a lot of words to talk about a lot of things, but I think to me that's a strong one. I think that's really good, and I think if Rook was basically wanting to involve you and not only with a teenager, teenage, almost like a daughter, but also as part of a tribe. Not the same thing, obviously, but that's a certain kind of home that I think it sounds like she wants you to be part of.
From her being a part of her tribe in any capacity says more than I think any words we could say to each other. So.
Yeah. I'm glad. And he slides, squeeze her hand and lace their fingers together. I'm really happy for you. That's what a great moment.
She has a little bit of a smile But then after a moment, it's like she's thinking about something and has something on her mind, and the smile drops a little bit. And she squeezes Bertie's hand and takes like a deep breath in, like she's preparing herself for something.
He straightens up more.
I spoke to Bianca.
Bertie's ears had kind of like relaxed a bit more. They like flick up and then back a bit. And his posture just like tenses, from what Anya can tell anyway. You spoke to her after the thing happened.
There's not a lot I can say about the conversation. That I want you to know what the same thing that I was trying to get across to her failed in my own way, but no matter what feelings are happening now, Bertie, or for you or for her, if you're meant to be in each other's lives, that will happen. And no matter what you've done or not done in the past, you've acted now.
Yeah. I know.
And regardless, you will always have family.
I know. I do. And ultimately it's up to her. Apparently I got a message just now. She wants to talk to me. So we'll see. It's not something, I guess. I guess I got pretty caught up about what it would mean for me to go and finally face it up to her before, and I wasn't really thinking about how she felt. But it wasn't like a selfish thing on my half. It was just,
I get it.
I can live without her wanting to be my... I don't know if I'm ready to be a dad. Maybe in the future, though. But I can live with her if she doesn't want to talk to me. I just feel bad that I'd hurt her now, but I guess I'll just have to see. Didn't put a timestamp on the message, but I guess once everything's sorted, I'll have to go and see how it is. Wearing more clothes than I am now, anyway.
We should probably head back soon anyway. I think Neumann and Ross are trying to kill each other, which won't fare well for our undercover mission. And
Bertie,
Sam
like,
is very happy to just sit by.
Yeah, I think... Yeah, he's very comfortable in this situation. Bertie will look over and see what the Chaos Twins and Sam are doing right at this point as they focus back onto the... We're just shaking his head.
Unless Jake has alternative ideas, I think Ross is feeling a little bit chastised for the second time in like 12 hours. So she's back to sitting like next to Sam, and she's like playing fake chill about the whole thing, but periodically she will just look at Neumann, wait until he makes eye contact, and then make a big deal out of the fact her neck hurts.
Is her tail twitching like a pissed off cat?
You can probably see it like splashing at the top of the water, and at one point you probably just see her just like grab it and hold it. So you can't see it.
Yeah, no, Neumann has no alternate plans. And yes, I guess does catch Ross in pain. And like at first turns into like a look of sour but then it's like maybe a little bit remorseful. Like he starts like rubbing his neck, but not in like a painful way, as if like a that was silly kind of gesture. But yeah, no, he's gonna start getting dressed and ready to leave. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like their relaxation's winding up. We should probably corral them. Can you still see?
No. It dropped as I was walking over, actually. So.
Yeah, I figured your posture was changed. And he like I can feel him stand up. He still holds her hand and just stands there for like.
Yeah, she stands with him,
Help
like
her
she
up,
comes
yeah.
up with him. Yeah. And she has a sort of smile when he mentions noticing her posture change, like just at that attention to detail.
Yeah.
Let's get the kids.
Yeah, let's go send him some underpants. My God.
And they go and get changed. Get everyone.
Corral everyone out. Put some clothes on.
Yes. Ross will also get dressed.
Yeah, Sam goes through the process of getting dressed and getting ready to leave. And he says, so I know teleportation circles that we can get close to the tavern. But if you have... teleporting is a risk. We'll go close, invisible the way back.
Okay,
Yeah, it's like
makes
a plan.
sense. And you're all sorted, Neumann? You got it all?
Oh, I got everything. Yeah, no,
Actually-
that was a cinch.
Like, I know that was like it kind of converged, so it was the unisex bathrooms anyway, but my God, did anyone use the toilets, like, while you were away, Neumann? Like, someone was really, like, having a problem in there. Just saying. It was horrible.
Did you check if someone was in there? Did you ask if they were okay?
Why would I do that?
Because they're having a terrible time, by the
I'm gonna
sounds of
poke
it.
my head under the cubicle? Do you do
Hey.
that?
I expected someone would. That's how I set it up.
No, are you okay, Neumann? Was that you?
I mean, yes and no. I was thinking, maybe I was thinking this was going to be a lot harder than what it was, but I expected for people to be looking for someone who hasn't showed up for quite some time. So I put together this elaborate ploy where I filled up my pants with my other clothes to make it look like I was sitting on the toilet, and then I was able to.
Yep.
And he brings out a blunt caltrop and makes it make a farting sound. I was able to do that. Yeah. So yeah, I know that was my elaborate ploy as to where I was. Having a bad case of diarrhea. But
Yeah.
I don't think it was necessary, and the only person that freaked out was you, apparently. So, thank you for checking up on me, though. I guess. Not really, but that would have been funny.
Yeah, no. I mean, I assumed you were off doing sneaky stuff. I didn't realize that was also you in the toilet, technically.
Yeah.
Okay. Good job. Good job.
Yeah. No worries. All in a day's work, and like I said, I got everything we need, so it all went off without a hitch. Now, he is saying this over the earrings, by the way.
Yeah.
Just to clarify, this is over the earrings. This is not out loud whilst we're just standing on the teleportation circle.
That's all right. Neumann, or like Bertie, also not that loud. He doesn't like whisper, but he doesn't say it like super loud either. But he says out loud, "That's all right, Neumann. I'm sure if you were actually pooping yourself to death, one of us would check on you. We all care about you that much."
Fingers crossed, yeah. That would be an awful experience. I'd want someone there to like hold my hand or something.
And Bertie immediately looks at Ross and is like, "Well, you're the best friend."
Hey, that's the trick he does to get out of chores at least once a month. I'm not... You gotta use a code word if you want me to come in there and hold your hand. I will, but...
Oh,
bigger
Oh,
than him. It's
I'm
there's a
glad
reason why I'm
roommate's
so good at
Anya. If that's the case. No offense, Neumann.
none taken. Anyways, I'm feeling quite tavern sick, but in the sense of homesick. Can we get going? This place was relaxing, but now I've just got bad vibes about it.
Yes, let's. And Sam casts a teleportation circle to get everyone to a place near enough that he's then able to cast a 7th level invisibility to make everyone invisible, and you're able to make your way back.
Cool. We get back.
Yeah.
So what do we do now? Because I've got the sigils, I've got everything we need to pop up basically wherever we want. Any teleportation circle used in this area, I believe I have the sigil to. I may have gone above and beyond.
Yeah, jeez, that's incredible. Is that information that all the Concord need, or just us?
I might go have a chat with everyone and see if they can use that information as well. I'm sure it would be handy in some regard, but you know, we're basically just after the one sigil, so as far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yes, I think this should be discussed with Yadel and Promise as soon as possible.
Excellent, thank you very much. Is anyone doing anything whilst we wait, or?
I might have to go check something out. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Do you need a hand? Because I can do this later.
Oh, it's all good. I need to talk to someone. I don't know if it's meant to be private or not. So,
Okay. Cool. No worries. Are we still invisible? Are we just talking to each other? How do we know where we are relative to each other when we're invisible? Are we all holding hands when we walk? Like,
We can
absolutely.
because you can't
Surely.
see invisible things when you're invisible, yeah?
No, you can't.
Yeah. Yeah, how have we been doing this? I know, like, I know, like, we've been on the Dragon before. We've been on Zoot Suit, which
Yeah.
kind of, that's easy to tell where everyone is because we're all on Zoot Suit. But like, this isn't the first time we've done this.
We all have bits of string tied to our belts, and we hold on.
Absolutely.
And then when we go to walk through a crowd, we like, do we like clothesline anyone?
Yes. No, you're able to avoid that easily enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, from understanding, in general, meeting with Yadel and Promise, Bertie, you need to go see Bianca.
Yeah, he's gonna go and find Olaf first, I think, unless he runs straight into
Alright.
Bianca, just to
Yep.
see. But yeah, so.
All right. Roll me an investigation check to try to
Alright.
find.
Time to roll the
Olaf.
dice. Let's see. What is an inclusion in that? Okay, so 16 plus 6. Okay, so 22.
22. Yeah, you're able to find Olaf easily enough without running into Bianca first.
Fair.
Yeah.
I will also note as well, but when Bertie got back to the tavern, he dropped his disguise or personal, and so he just looks normal again.
Yeah. And Sam would have dropped everyone's invisibility
Yeah.
as soon as you got inside.
Easy.
Yeah.
Hey, Olaf, was it?
Yes. Hello, Bertie.
Yeah, thanks for the message. I came as quick as I could. Was there a particular time?
Just as soon as you could see her.
Okay. Where does she want me? He's like looks very awkward. Like, where does she want me to meet her?
She's probably still in her quarters.
Okay. Which room's that?
And he points you towards
Yeah.
them.
Cool. Excellent. But he'll go find that. Before he does that, he's going to swing by his room, dump his stuff in there, and he is going to look contemplatively over stuff, and then like he's going to take the little wand that he has. He's going to tap his head with it, and just drop his shoulders and just relax a bit. Which is calm emotions. The wand does little charges of calm emotions. I can't remember if I've covered that in the pod yet, but that's the little secret thing that keeps doing. But yeah, and then just kind of recenters himself, looks in like this little mirror that he's got in his room, which he's just made, and then looks over, like kind of tries to like fix up his hair a bit, looks over at the shield that he's got just like up against the wall, and just like nods, and then sighs and leaves his room and goes to find Bianca's room.
Yeah, so you, with Olaf's instruction, you find the room easily enough. The door is closed.
Cool. All right. Well, Bertie just kind of like stands like waiting out there for like a little bit. He's like, just trying to psych himself up, basically. Like even though he's like calmed himself down magically, he's like still got his like fingers steepled like he tends to when his ears flicked back, and he's just kind of just like okay, and then he knocks at the door.
Come in.
Hey, it's Bertie. Yeah, I'll come in now. And he very cautiously opens the door, cautiously pokes his head around before stepping inside.
She's standing by the kind of punching bag training dummy that she was training with when that she was punching away at when.
He instinctively winces looking at that. Thinks about he just bruises his cheek. But just generally just looking very big-eyed, like cautious. Hey, do you want me to leave the door open or what?
Maybe close it.
Okay, no problem. And he does so, but he just kind of just stands by the doorway.
Why didn't you tell me?
What do you mean?
You've known for over a year. Why didn't you tell me?
He kind of puts one hand on his hip and just looks down at the ground, and then looks to the side, and then looks back at her and is like, I wasn't ready to. I know that's not a good excuse. That's not any excuse. I was scared, I guess. Not about the, you're a really cool person. I wasn't, I wouldn't feel bad about you being my daughter potentially. But, I've never been dad material. I don't know what a good dad's like. I guess I've never had one. A good one. I've had 3 technically. None of them have been good. So I wasn't a good person back then, which I used to say all the time. I still say it now sometimes because I believe that, and that's something I've been working through. But none of that's your problem or your fault or anything you need to hear about. Because it doesn't excuse anything. And you probably already know what you know of me. I'm not a very complicated person, even though I try to make myself look like one a lot of the time. We traveled on the airship for at least a month. Yeah. I wasn't a great person. So yeah, yeah, I mean, there's nothing I can really change. I was before I got into the group with 3 others, I was a snake oil salesman. So yeah, I was only out for myself, I guess, most of the time. So that doesn't make anything good. I'm trying to be a better person now, but that doesn't change what I've done in the past. And more importantly, it doesn't change how you feel, I guess. And back then, I just found out, I guess, that I was I was partially responsible by way of I guess being a pawn of a creature that don't exist no more. Who had just destroyed a town. And yeah, it wasn't great. And I was getting mixed up into a lot of stuff that I hadn't meant to do. Which again doesn't change the outcome. When I saw you, I thought I recognized you. Just a bit. Well, I was scared. So, that doesn't excuse anything. And it's stupid. It's true though. And yeah, I was a snake oil salesman. I'm trying to be legit now. I'm trying to make things good. I've done a lot of shit stuff over my life. I've done stuff that's not very interesting. I grew up working for a tavern. That's where my parents left me. And had to work to kind of live. But I don't know. I guess for me, I've had a lot longer to think about it, so I'm not angry or upset, and I don't even feel that sorry for myself, which is weird for me. But I had a long time to think about what my parents felt like to me, and what they meant to me, and what I'd do if I saw them. And I told you I still don't know how I feel about them. I didn't want to see them for a long, long time. So when I saw you, I started to piece things together. Again, I wasn't sure. Not until you started to talk more about your ma. I didn't know, I guess. I wouldn't have been a good dad. I don't know if I can ever be a good one, but I'd like... I guess, yeah. I am, at my core, I've been a coward for a long time in my life, to protect myself, because I was stuck out on my own, and you know that, because, well, you're not a coward, but I know how it feels to feel like someone's left you alone, so I didn't ever want to do that to someone else, but it looks like I have, and I'm sorry. And I get, even if I didn't know that you were around, I should have still said something back then. So that doesn't excuse anything, but I guess that's the answer. I talk a lot. That's unfortunately something I do all the time. Which I get on trying to improve. But basically, yeah. Bottom line is I was scared. That's why I didn't say.
Roll me a
So,
persuasion check at disadvantage.
Yeah. That's fair. Uh-oh. Oh no. That's fair. Okay. What's my persuasion? So that's an 8. I rolled a 2.
You, oh no, that's specifically social graces. Yeah, so you don't.
Yeah,
have,
she's not a noble.
You can use inspiration if you want to.
I will. I'll use inspiration. Okay. I roll again. Still at this. So I rolled a natural 19. So that's a 25. I don't know is enough. That's much better than a 2. Anyway. But yes, so Bertie just steeples his fingers and just looks at her. And then just shrugs.
You know she struggled, right?
No, but I can understand that. That's really shit. I shouldn't have done that. I don't. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can say to excuse that. That's not something I've ever wanted to do to anyone. And yeah, I shouldn't have done that. I didn't know, but it doesn't change it. Your ma deserve better.
Look, I know you've changed, you've improved upon yourself, but it's only so far that gets you by itself.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Again, the intention doesn't change the outcome.
I'm being, though. I think we're on the same side of a resistance movement. Gonna be hard to avoid each other. We can at least be civil.
Civil's good. Yeah.
Then maybe with a bit more time, you can redeem yourself a little bit more. And she cracks a kind of wry smile. Very subtle.
He
but-
kind of like scrubs. He scrubs it at one of his eyes and then just grins back and is like, I'll see what I can do. I'm very persistent when I want to be. So, you better watch out. I'll see what I can do. I appreciate that. And either way, yeah. If you ever need anything, you don't have to ask me, but you can ask any of my friends.
I'll keep it in
So-
mind.
Cool. Awesome. Excellent. Well, that's a good start. So, thank you. I appreciate that, Bianca.
Hey, tell Anya I'm sorry about the silence. I was not really thinking.
Oh. I will. I'm sure she'll be fine. She'll be fine about it. That's yeah. She mentioned she talked to you. She didn't say anything else. Don't worry. Anya's very good at keeping secrets. I was gonna say more than me, but clearly you can see I'm not very good at it. So, yeah, no, it's fair. And for what it's worth, I am sorry. That's not worth much, but you know, we can't cover all the dad stuff. But I am sorry that, you know, you're here trying to learn without your boss currently, with Olaf and stuff like that. And as far as I know, he's one of the only people you know around here. And now you're in a tavern with me and all of my weird friends. So, my apologies on that one. I know what it feels like to kind of be on the outer, so with all the odds stacked against you, so I'm sorry about that. But yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Even ground is somewhere to start, so I appreciate that. Thank you, Bianca. You're a lot more wise and a lot more mature and a lot, I'm not gonna say a better person because that's, you know, that's using over the top languages, but you're a much smarter person than I'll ever be. But yeah, don't, even ground is good. Don't feel pressured for anything else. That's up for your feelings. But you better watch out. I'm very annoying and very persistent, so you know, if you ever need anything, I'll.
Okay. Bertie, you're pushing it at this point.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. I'm I'll leave you to it. Cool. Catch you later. Oh, and he ducks out.
Okay. So where is everyone else?
I literally just messaged the group chat
Yeah.
about this, but Anya probably would have heard the majority of that just because of who she is. So she's crying on a roof right now. Good crying, big crying, making sure none of the other party are there to see it.
I assume at least part of that was spent debriefing with Yadel and Promise
Yep.
for the other three. Hearing Neumann attempt to explain the intricacies of reverse engineering teleportation circles.
Okay. And with that information, they express to you that they really want to have a discussion with all of you together when there is an opportunity.
How soon would you like that opportunity to present itself?
We'll give you the evening.
Thank you.
Be in here at dawn.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Neumann has nothing else to do. He's just going to wait and maybe go over some stuff that he found out, add to his notes, ready a presentation.
Ross will actually, she'll go after Neumann. Probably give him a little bit and then just like, Nooms,
Yeah?
Can I have a chat? It's not about the dunking.
Should we talk about the dunking as well, though?
If you want to, but I want to ask about something else.
Sure. He opens the door.
Is
He
he
clears
on,
his throat.
Is he on the flying carpet, just like sitting there?
The only time he left the flying carpet was because he needed to do a stealth mission, and it might have been too big for the stealth mission. So now that he's back and he doesn't need to be stealthy, then yeah, he's on the flying carpet.
Cool. Can I hop on?
Yeah, absolutely. There's plenty of room.
Ross gets on the flying carpet.
You might have to push away some scrap, like crunched up pieces of paper or canvas. It is a little bit messy. He's been note taking and drafting and all sorts of stuff.
If I remember correctly, Ross and Neumann are roommates, not just housemates. They share a bedroom, so she's used to it. So she's just like nestled in this little nest of Neumann's stuff. And she's like, working hard?
Hardly working.
That's the way, mate.
What's up?
It's getting very real, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm just kind of finding solace in all the little things I can at the moment. And to be honest, I've kind of been overwhelmed for a couple of days now. So, but I've seemed to be coping okay. And I've got numerous goals in this place, and it seems like we're pretty much on the verge of achieving all of them. So,
yeah. That's what I've been thinking about. I mean, in 2 hours at a hot springs, you might have what we need to get Caius back.
I'm very glad I did very good. I feel like I had a lot of inspiration though, so a lot of motive. So, yeah, the quicker we get Caius back, the quicker we finish everything here, and the quicker we get out of here, the better, I think.
Yeah. I don't know, everything got so... It's weird that the more bleak everything got, the more hopeful I was, and now it's getting real and I don't know how to feel anymore. I don't know.
I mean, the way that I've been looking at it is we've been working very well as a team since we got here. I know we've had numerous hiccups over the past, but we've basically been working perfectly. And everyone's been taking like leaps, strides, bounds in progress. Like, I feel more powerful than I ever have before, and I feel like I'm accomplishing more than I've ever done in my life. I'm looking at basically all the stuff that we've done, and I'm thinking I can put a lot of stuff on my resume, like real good stuff. I feel like I could walk into anywhere and get a position.
I think you're going to need a second scroll at this point.
I actually, something I've been drafting. It's getting into the realm of impossibility, but an endless scroll. It's an idea I've had for a little bit, but it would be perfect for my resume. A scroll that never ends. It just keeps on unraveling.
I mean, they say the real expert is someone who never stops learning, so, why not have a resume that never stops expanding?
That's very true. But yeah, where I was trying to go with that is that you should look at the stuff that you've been doing, and you should look at the progress you've been making. And whilst you might feel, I guess, a little bit lost at the moment, or you feel like it's just getting too much, you should look back on what we've been doing the past couple of days, and what we've been doing for the past forever, it feels like now. and just have a look
Yeah.
at how much we've done, how much change we've done, how much change we've made for the better.
I know. It's just, I don't know, doesn't it? I want Taven Sarag dead more than I've ever wanted anything in my life. But I also don't know how my life looks without him in it, you know?
I reckon that's good. It seems like you're just from that. It seems like you're kind of just dedicating your life to the one purpose, and I feel like achieving that and going onwards is good. You might be a new person, you might act different, and you might be completely the same and nothing will change. But I feel like that's something that, like, the unexpected should be welcomed. It's fresh, it's scary, it's new, it's fun.
Everything we've ever done has been unexpected, Neumann. I'm not unused to that. I don't know.
From my perspective, I've pretty much spent the majority of my life preparing for this, and all I can think about is what happens after. And I don't know, and I love that. I mean, I've got some ideas, but like, I'm sort of not pondering it too much.
I morbidly, I always thought this would either be my life forever or that I'd die trying to see it done.
Same.
I don't know, for the first time in a long time, even though we're short 2 people and everything is happening so fast, I feel like there's another side. I don't know. Do you remember the first time Sam and I, like, finger quotes, got together and you had your little mediation session?
How could I forget?
Yeah, just making sure.
Personally, from my perspective, that wasn't the first. You guys have been showing like signs well before that. Maybe that might be the first time you acted on it, and I'm glad I was there for it. But yeah, how could I forget?
A look crosses her face, and she's just, for a second, she's like, "What signs?" As if to be like, list them, and then she goes, "No, on point." And she's like, "Do you remember that you asked us about like a fact about ourselves that like no one would know?" And I mentioned that I became an actor because of a fortune teller.
Yeah, okay. Do I get to know more? Is that where this is going?
I'm getting predictable. It was the last thing my parents took me to before we joined the Concord. I had just turned 6. My mum had just given me her tambourine so I could start training with it. I didn't even know there was a war at that point. And I was so excited. It was my first trip out of town. It was my first trip to a carnival, and everything was so big and bright and so just what a kid imagines paradise to be. And the big thing was that there were tabaxi and tieflings and people of races I've never even seen before, and no one looked at them differently. There were no strange figures in black cloaks staring at you down the street. It was just bright. And I remember there was this one fortune teller, I know now, they were a tiefling, but like me. I'd never seen a purple one before except for my mum, and they had this beautiful like purple hair like my mum, and they had this beautiful blue coat covered in, you know, like what I thought were jewels. Could have been paste gems, but to me they were resplendent. And I ran barreling up to them because I'd never seen anyone like me before. And I remember them crouching down to my height. And here Ross does an impeccable impersonation of a person you have never met. And she goes, "Well there, darling. Are you perhaps here for a fortune?" And I said, "Of course I am. Why would I not want a fortune?" And they said, "Well, have you got a coin?" And I went, "No, of course not." And they said, "Well, then what am I meant to take for the fortune then?" And I said, "What do you want?" And they pointed at my tambourine and they said, "Well, that looks there, darling, like the most beautiful bardic instrument I've ever seen. You show me the best trick you can do with that instrument, and I'll not only give you a fortune, I'll tell you your whole future for free." Every chance my parents had slipped them a silver while I was looking away, but I did my best trick. I had just learned how to do a handstand. So I did a handstand. I put the little tambourine on top of my foot, and I did a handstand, and I tapped it a couple of times with my tail to show that I was a really good musician. And I got down from that little handstand, and they gave me a round of applause, the first one I'd ever gotten. And they said, "Well, that is far beyond the price of admission. I feel like I even owe you, darling." And I said, "You owe me nothing but my fortune." Well, that's what I remember saying. I doubt that's what I said. I was 6. My parents maybe embellished, but they pulled out these tarot cards. I don't remember what the art was, but I remember the back. It was gold. It had these beautiful feathers on them. And I pulled a card, and I didn't even look at it. I just showed it to the fortune teller. And their eyes went wide, and they said, "Oh, now that is the best fortune anyone could ever get. You, young lady, your future, you will always make people happy." I know how to do those tricks now. I know how to do card draws. I know how to do fortunes. But as I got bigger, as everything happened, when I ran away, when I came back, when I left with you all with no warning, when I left again with too much warning, it was never that I'm meant to make people happy. I've always just thought I want to be the person like that sees someone like me and gives them something to smile about. And when I ran away, that's what I thought I was going to do, because the rebellion was claustrophobic. And when I came back, I thought, you know, I could balance life and make everyone happy, and I couldn't. And even now with this, it has felt like the resistance has been the only thing that's going to make everyone happy, and maybe I would have to sacrifice myself to do it, but I don't know. I'm starting to think maybe I can be happy too. And I was happy before, but, you know, properly. Without a cloud over my head. And I want to thank you for being part of the reason I feel that way now. Because that wasn't always the case.
I don't even know what to say. That Damn. Damn, that's deep. What a good.
Did I leave the great Neumann Theodore Mills speechless?
I guess so. You can put that on your resume if you want.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you, Neumann. I mean it.
It's all good. It's yeah. That's really nice to hear. Thank you.
Do you want a hug, big guy?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, come here. She like scoots forward on the carpet and just kind of collapses into him with a hug.
Neumann reciprocates.
Yep.
Yeah. Purring. You hear purring.
Oh.
But yeah, he has no intention to stop anytime soon. So
Yeah.
he kind of just chills there. No, so it sounds like you had a lot of positivity to begin with, as bad as things were around you, I guess.
Mom and Dad tried their best.
How many people have you told that story?
You.
I mean, do you want to hear something that I haven't told anyone?
Always.
It's, I don't know if it'll have the same happy vibe about it. I mean, I haven't told anyone for a reason, but it's just, yeah, never really come up, and it's something that I've sort of put behind me. But I feel like you're probably, yeah, one person I'd like to tell it to. Back when I was really young, my kickstart, and the reason, I'd say the main reason that led me here today, with what I'm doing, starts when they started invading Karas. And I think I've mentioned it before, my father was the one who got us away, got us somewhere safe. We took one of his friend's boats, a merchant vessel, and that's how we escaped. I was small, so we made sure I hid in one of the smallest, hard to reach places of the boat. And I'm not sure if you remember it, but that's actually where I found that sword that I had a while ago. And I spent a lot of time with that sword. It was a very long trip. It was a very scary trip. The family was also split up as well. We took different boats. There just wasn't really much room, so that was kind of all I had for a very, very long, scary trip. But we were able to make it. And when we did make it safe, when we did get back together, I wanted to keep that sword because it kind of kept me company that entire time. But I knew that that Dad probably wouldn't let me keep it, so I ended up throwing it into the pier as soon as I got off that boat. And I ended up using that sword a few times, actually. I came back for it often. I don't actually remember using it though. All I remember is that I would go back for it and that I'd throw it back into the ocean every single time. And I started depending on that sword. And I guess the main reason why I've gotten so steadfast in taking back Karas from what I can put together, from what I can remember, I think I've killed a lot of people. And all of them were people who were looking for my family. I just remember them being there, me noticing them, and me no longer seeing them after throwing that sword back into the ocean. And I would just keep on coming back for it and back for it. I don't even know how many times. But I guess also the main reason why I left my family as well is because I was scared about what the sword would maybe be used for. If I ever stopped using it to protect people, maybe I'd use it to hurt people that I really care about. So that was the main reason why I left. That's the main reason I do what I do, is because I felt if I couldn't be there in person to protect them, I'd protect them some other way. Sorry, this is like I said, I haven't really told this to anyone before, so it's kind of hard to put into words, and especially when I don't exactly know what happened myself. But when I got rid of that sword, that's where all of you were as well. And I mean, you had only just met me at the time, and from what I understand, I tried to use the sword against you as well, which was one of the worst feelings I've ever felt. But it seemed like you were the one who sort of noticed that I was struggling. You were the one who kind of didn't turn a blind eye when I finally got rid of it, and you were the one who sort of, I don't think you directly checked up on me, but you were the only one who commented when I was feeling sad. And that really means a lot to me, and the amount of support that you've given me and the amount of support that the whole party has given me after that time has been amazing. And I didn't know what to do after that. I thought without that sword I'd be useless. I thought I'd just be tagging along, getting a piggyback from all of you. But seeing the stuff that we can do together and having that confidence back in myself, I was able to sort of rebuild and sort of understand that even though you've reached that end goal, or it's been taken away from you prematurely, there's always something else to do, something else to look forward to. And yeah, you guys helped me understand that. And I guess that's also underhanded way of saying my earlier point as well is, yeah, after all this, I'm sure there's something else to be done. There's always something else to be done. There's always room for improvement. But yeah, I don't know. Please don't tell the others, because
Never.
it's not really something I want people thinking about me. It's something like I said, I've kind of put behind me.
Neumann, I'm so sorry you had to go through that.
I mean, like, I think I experienced the best way for it to happen is not remembering it. So I'm sort of just, yeah, assuming and filling in the blanks myself. But yeah.
But still, I thank you for telling me.
It feels good to tell someone, but
I
yeah.
I don't know what else to say.
I'm sorry, I completely killed the mood.
No.
you came up
Neumann.
with this like really happy story, and I
Neumann.
tried to spin it. But
No, I know what you mean. Even the bad things have made us the people we are now.
Yeah.
And Even the things that once brought us comfort aren't always what we need forever.
Yeah.
But we have each other. And that's more important than things. Yeah?
Yeah.
I love you.
Love you too. He hasn't stopped hugging. He might have
No.
he might have inched away to really tell the story in a very ominous setting, perhaps. But yeah, no, he hasn't let go basically.
Yeah, neither is Ross.
What time is it? What time did we have to have a chat with everyone?
Dawn.
Dawn. Is that the time or what time we needed to be there?
What time we
both?
need? No, it hasn't been that long, Neumann. I would have made you go to sleep.
Yeah, sorry, I've been really working hard at this. So. I lied when you came in. I'm not hardly working. I just said that to be funny.
It was very funny, Nooms.
I'm always.
And on that note,
Except for when I'm not.
that's where we're going to leave
And on
it.
that note, here's your coffee.
Here's your coffee.
On that note, that's where we're going to leave it for this episode.
Next week, everyone.
See you
See you
next
next
everyone.
week, everyone.
Be kind to yourself.
Goodbye.
Have a good one. Oh my god. Has that been a Neumann thing forever, Jake? Or did you make that up?
Not forever. It's just I've kind of left it. I was always going to leave it to improv if anyone asked how I came by the sword, but no one's asked. And maybe about 10 sessions ago, I kind of pitched an idea to Darby because he started explaining how he escaped, but no one asked any further, and I couldn't really see a way to tell it naturally in a conversation. So I was just like, I'll save that. It'll come up eventually.
This is really one of those things where Jake is very much our Sam Riegel in that he creates these joke characters that over the course of a campaign just get revealed to be more and more tragic.